Hi all, it's Tyler. This Sunday we wrap up a series that has taken us through the past almost 3 months that we've called The Road to Salvation in Luke. And if you are anything like me, when I come to the end of a good book that I've been invested in, I have this sense of both relief and also of anticipation. Relief at, hopefully a good book kind of builds some sort of narrative tension and then it has some sort of a release towards the end. But then also anticipation of what's going to happen to these characters whose lives I've been so invested in for such a long time, right? Luke is very similar, right? What have we seen? Jesus has entered into Jerusalem. He's been lauded as this conquering king coming in to rescue the nation of Israel. He has been turned over to the authorities. He's disappointed a lot of people because he hasn't fit the prearranged narrative that they had. He's been found guilty by the ruling authorities in kind of a trumped up trial. He has been crucified, set on a cross. He's died. He's been put into a grave. And on the third day, he's risen again. And then in the past couple of weeks, we've looked at these brief little snippets of stories where he just makes a couple of appearances to some of his people after his resurrection. And then he kind of makes what, for lack of a better term, could be called like his high school graduation commencement speech to his disciples. It's his final thing that he does, right? It is the conclusion of all that has come before with marching orders for what is to come after, right? And for us as Christians, that ought to carry a lot of weight, right? It ought to carry a lot of weight to hear what these final words are that Jesus has for us. And what he says to the disciples is everything that you have seen in the law and in the prophets and in the Psalms. It all had to be fulfilled. And here's the good news. It was fulfilled in me. He's saying, I, Jesus Christ, am the fulfillment of the law and the prophets and the Psalms. Everything you know in the scriptures, I'm the fulfillment of all of that. And then he says, now it's time for you to pick up that message and carry it to a world that needs it. Okay? But he also doesn't leave them alone. He says, I'm going to give you strength and power. I'm going to open your eyes to the scriptures. That has a lot of meaning and importance for us as followers, as apprentices of Christ. Or at least it ought to. Okay? So we're going to be looking at that this Sunday as we wrap up this series. I really hope you can join us. If you can't be there in person, obviously check it out online. Check it out on our website or through Facebook. But I really do hope to see you there. Thanks, guys. See you soon.